I'm Dr. Karen Masters. I'm a research fellow in astronomy at the Institute of Cosmology and Gravitation at the University of Portsmouth, which is in the UK. I'm in New Zealand because I was invited to come and be the 2013 Beatrice Hill Tinsley Lecturer, and also to give a lecture at the Starlight Festival at Tekapo. So it's been great. I have been touring all around New Zealand. I've been to New Plymouth, Wellington, Nelson, Dunedin, and now here in Tekapo. And I'm giving a lecture. My lecture is called Zoo of Galaxies, and it talks all about the different kinds of galaxies that are in the universe, how they relate to each other, and also about the Galaxy Zoo project and the wonderful volunteers who spend their time classifying galaxies for us at Galaxy Zoo. I study galaxies. I use data from very large surveys of galaxies, things like the Sloan Digital Sky Survey, in order to try to work out how galaxies form and evolve in the universe. And one of the things that I spend a lot of time doing is working with classifications of the morphologies of galaxies from the Galaxy Zoo project.
How did you get to this point, get to your position?
I went to Oxford University to study physics. My bachelor's degree is in physics. And then I went to America, the USA, to study for a PhD in astronomy. I did that at Cornell University with an astronomer named Martha Haynes. And then after 5 years of that, I got my PhD and I went to Harvard, where I was a postdoc with an astronomer named John Hooker. And following that, I moved to Portsmouth. And actually, I originally moved to Portsmouth on a postdoctoral position, and I got a bunch of different fellowships and sort of stayed there for a while. I've been there for 5 years now, and just this summer was offered a permanent position there, which is very exciting. Sort of my day-to-day job, I spend a lot of time working on the computer. I sort of make a lot of different kinds of plots, in things like IDL, do a lot of cross-matching of different kinds of catalogues, pulling in data on galaxies from radio telescopes, optical telescopes, from the Galaxy Zoo classifications, looking for trends of different properties, things like that. I've been spending a lot of time lately working on initiating a new survey for the Sloan Digital Sky Survey project, which is going to be called MANGA, and is due to start next year. This is a galaxy survey. We're going to get 10,000 galaxies, and we're going to take spectra at lots of different positions across the face of 10,000 different galaxies, which will give us a very rich data set on those 10,000 galaxies. So it's also a very large number. So that's very exciting to work on, and we've had to be involved actually in how to change the instruments to do this, which types of galaxies exactly we should look at, and all these kinds of things. So that's been a lot of my time lately as well.
Do you enjoy what you do?
I do enjoy what I do. I particularly enjoy telling people about what I do. I think it's a real pleasure of being an astronomer is that you almost invariably find that people are interested in what you do for some reason, either because they like the beautiful images, or because they're interested in the science, or they want to know if there's aliens sometimes. So it's great fun to be an astronomer and to sort of go and talk to people about doing astronomy, and it's great fun being an astronomer. Many chances to travel the world, come to New Zealand, do this lecture tour, but I've been all over the world for astronomy. And it's great fun to spend time. I almost feel like it's a privilege to be spending my time thinking, just sort of indulging my own interest in astronomy. Astronomy, it's sometimes, we're quite often asked to justify why it's useful, and you can see why. It doesn't have an immediate payoff, although some of the spin-offs from astronomy have been extraordinarily useful. But I think that's not really why we do it as a culture. We do it because it's part of our culture, part of just as painting or doing music is part of our culture, doing astronomy and the pure sciences is part of our culture. So it's a great privilege to be able to do that for my job. So the Galaxy Zoo project was started by 3 astronomers. They were named Kevin Shawinski, Kate Land, and Chris Springop.